Hi everybody, it's Dr. Bill Cole, and today I want to talk with you about the state of affairs in our Western world, and health-wise that is, and I want to talk with you about some remedies for a lot of you that if you would just implement would make such a difference in your lives. But if you're going to like this information, which I hope you do, and you want more of it, click on the link above or go to coleclass.com. We have more information for you there. But guys, in our society, and understanding what I've seen in my over 3 decades, is this really deleterious, consistent slide downhill where the health of the average person is really, really suffering. In America alone, we are one of the sickest nations ever, probably the sickest. We have more diseases per capita than any other nation. We spend on healthcare more than the next 10 countries combined, and we have diseases today in existence that basically were not in existence not that long ago. Things are getting markedly worse. They're not getting better. We comprise less than 5% of the world's population, yet we consume, by some estimates, 50 to 60% of all of the world's pharmaceuticals, and yet we're continuing to see ourselves get sicker and sicker. In fact, I just read something the other day that the current generation being born today in the United States of America is expected to be the first generation that will not outlive their parents in this country. That is because of what we are being exposed to, the things we're doing in our lives. The amount of health issues that we see is daunting. I believe we're at the tip of the iceberg. If people don't start to do things to start to address the root cause of why they're sick, I think we are in for a tsunami of health crisis. So I want to bring you down, though, to the cell level. And a lot of you have seen me talk about this before. Guys, this is our foundation. The cells of our body are our foundation. I don't even know if you can see that well. It looks like there's a glare. But every single thing function-wise happens at the cell level. Everything. And anything that happens dysfunction-wise then is a result of a cell issue, a cell problem. These are your building blocks, they're your foundation, no disease, no symptom. It's independent of what's happening down at that building block level in your body. This membrane of your cell, which we know now today is the brains of your cell. It's how your cells communicate. It's how the good stuff like nutrients, hormones, and oxygen gets in. And it's how the bad stuff like waste and toxins get out. This dynamic, good stuff in, bad stuff out, is what keeps you healthy. And the reason so many people are unhealthy is because of what's happening at the cell level, the damage we're creating. So what we have done is we've created a 4-exchange diet that is a basic diet. If somebody comes to me and says, what can I do for my health? What are the simple things that I can do? The first thing I'm going to tell them, obviously, is to make changes in terms of what they're putting inside their body food-wise. So here is our 4 exchanges. Number 1, you have to get rid of bad fats, which are inflammatory fats. And I didn't draw this here, but it's inflammation on this membrane that is the beginning of what we would call dysfunction and disease. That inflammation is brought on by the consumption of bad fats. Things like vegetable oil and corn oil and canola oil and trans fats, margarines, things like that. These are rancid fats. They drive inflammation at the cell level. Get rid of the bad fats. You want to add in, though, good fats, because this membrane is made of 2 layers of fat. It's called a bilipid layer. That bilipid layer is supposed to be semi-permeable, like I described, right? But if it loses its permeability because of its being chronically inflamed, you need to mend that membrane. We need to heal the membrane. And to do that, we want to consume a lot of good, healthy fats. Extra virgin olive oil, virgin coconut oil, avocados, avocado oil, raw nuts, organic raw nuts and seeds, grass-fed beef, butter, like our ancestors did, right? So these are going to be the healthy fats, wild salmon, that are going to help to heal that membrane. The second exchange is we want to get rid of unhealthy proteins for healthy proteins, right? We want to make sure that we're not consuming food lot beef or chicken that are kept in a cage and a good portion of them develop glucosis or cancer. because of the unsanitary conditions they're being raised in, right? Or fish that are raised in a pen on the side of the ocean and fed this unnatural dye that turns their meat gray, and then they have to be dyed orange to make it look palatable for you. It changes the makeup of the meat, the way that these animals are being raised, and it goes from an anti-inflammatory product to an inflammatory product. The ratio, by the way, if you're interested, in omega-6 to omega-3 in a healthy animal is about 4 to 1. It's anti-inflammatory. The ratio in these unhealthy raised animals is about 20 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3. It's highly inflammatory in the body, and it's why we're seeing so many problems. So you want to exchange that out, right? Get rid of the bad stuff for the grass-fed beef and the free-range chicken and the free-range egg and the wild fish, not the farmed fish. Third thing is going to be sugar. And this is a big one, right? We consume way too many carbohydrates in our society. And it can be not only sugar, foods that contain sugar, but foods that readily turn to sugar, like your rice and pasta and grains of all kind, and breads and biscuits and bagels and cereals and the things that I was raised on, because I came from the food pyramid time where they were telling us to have 6 to 11 servings of that a day. How absurd is that? It's no wonder we're so sick. It's no wonder we're so fat. So these foods that contain sugar or readily turn to sugar, we need to eliminate them, or largely eliminate them, if you want to regain health, because sugar is one of the things that drives inflammation here at the cell level. And it's important to understand too, if I even go back to that ratio of 4 to 1, omega-3 to omega-6 to omega-3, that 4 to 1 ratio has been shown scientifically to be good for your brain. It improves brain function. The 20 to 1 ratio, in addition to driving inflammation, it disturbs brain function. It creates brain inflammation, brain fog, anxiety, depression. These type of things are the result of disturbed brain function. So we want that I wanted to just backtrack for a second there with those healthy proteins. But sugar, what happens when we are consuming sugar is we're damaging our gut in large part. Plus, we're driving inflammation throughout the body, but we know that it upsets gut ecology, right? And there's this thing that we call the gut-brain connection. If you have a damaged gut, so many people are going to wind up having brain symptoms as a result of that. It disturbs digestion. You're not digesting and assimilating your food the way that you should. You can wind up with a chronically inflamed gut. That can lead to what we call a leaky gut, and it just creates inflammation throughout the entire body. So we want to change out that sugar. If you're going to have any type of sugar, we want to have it to be natural sugar, like raw honey in very moderate amounts, fruit in moderate amounts. My favorite are berries and apples, but you want to go with the organic version of that. And then clean water. Exchange number 4 is clean water. Most people don't drink enough water, and then the water they do drink, a lot of it is just chlorinated, it's fluoridated. Really, these things, chlorine is designed to kill things, right? Well, you don't think it's having that effect in your body, this natural microbiome that we have in our body that plays such a role in gut-brain connection, brain function, even the ability to lose weight. Whenever we're disturbing or destroying the natural bacteria in our body, and then we're over proliferating, we're giving space for the bad bacteria to take hold, it's creating all kind of health issues in our body today. So you want to go with clean water. I personally, at my house, I have a well. And I've had my well tested and it's good, but I still bought a Berkey water filter. And to me, it's a Cadillac of countertop filters. You can just pour a gallon of water in there and then you have your water for the day. But a Berkey filter is something that we utilize in my office and we utilize at home. It does a great job of cleansing the water, purifying the water. So hope this helped you guys. Those 4 exchanges, if you're willing to make them, I promise you, and you need to be diligent. You need to be diligent. You can't be dabbling around the edges. We see people all the time say, oh, but I eat this and I eat that. I say, yeah, but you're also eating this. You're also having these bad foods. You're throwing gasoline on a fire. You've got to put that fire out if you're gonna improve your health. So for a period of time, what we say 90 days, set your mind to 90 days, really clean up your diet, clean up what you're putting inside your body, get rid of the bad stuff, Only put in the good stuff. Start healing your cells, healing your gut, healing your brain, and you're going to start to see a tremendous transformation in your health like we do with our patients. I'm really confident of that. If you want more information, click on the link above or go to coleclass.com. Hope this was helpful. God bless you all.